Scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Delivery order for Sam Porter Bridges. Request transport of morphine to isolation ward for immediate administration to the President. Check the map on your cufflinks if you're lost, Sam. The isolation word should be pretty obvious. If you're not sure how to get there, you can set markers and draw routes too. Try it out and you'll see what I mean.
Hello. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? You doing okay? I sure hope so. I just want to let you guys know, again, I'm recording over what I had done, the video I had made, because my grandpa is actually still next to me in this video. In the next video, I think, is gonna be without my grandpa in the video. And I also want to mention that what's it called? The reason this one is called trash content is because I was thinking of using a trash can while I say some trying to say some profound things about the person we're about to meet doing this thing, but I actually did genuinely get lost for a while, and I'm glad that I can fill these first 2 minutes.
Sam, your friendly neighborhood resident here. If you want to confirm you're headed the right
Of me
way,
being
check
lost,
your compass.
but with just like a very simple amount of commentary. Did I mention why I called this trash content? Oh,
If you have a destination that
well, if I didn't, I don't know how I'd forget, but if I didn't, I'm using a trash can as bongo. Ah, my hands. As you can see, I'm terribly lost because I didn't end up using the compass here at the beginning. But I think if you like go to like 5 minutes, it should be good to go if you don't want to listen to my trash content. Hold on, I gotta let it vibrate. You know, it's not completely trash. Of course, it's made out of the trash. But you know, the acoustics of my little trash can here I can't really deny.
Central wasn't just home to Bridges HQ. It was also the
And
citadel
as long
of
as I use my
instructions
hands
for
right,
many.
it's like
If the president hadn't
it's
required
kind of
special
nice, you know.
treatment,
Like I'm not
he would
even
have
like
never left.
fully thinking about it
If
really,
she hadn't,
and here comes a
we
point
wouldn't
where
have
I'm gonna
either.
stop talking. All right, and the audio stops right.
Like I said, her vital signs are all trending the same way.
No chance of a recovery then?
None that I can see. No.
We should start making preparations.
Sam, it's me, Dead Man. Sorry, my mistake. I'm afraid the president's condition has deteriorated. Thank you. This will help to ease the pain. And allow her to speak with you in these final moments.
Her?
The first and last female president of the United States. Surely you remember her. She raised you? You're not exactly dressed for a reunion. Take that off before you come inside. That's the president's right-hand man, the director of bridges.
Die Hardman?
Oh, you were with Bridges 1? So, I guess no introductions are necessary.
What's it been, Sam? 10 years? Look at us. A bunch of deathless freaks meeting like this. Yeah, well, good to see you two. President's waiting. It's your mother, Bridget. She's a bit out of it, but I know she'll recognize you.
Madam President, we've brought Sam. We'll leave you two alone.
Sam. I knew you'd come back. Are you doing all right?
Amelie. Amelie.
Amelie.
You remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross. She's trying to rebuild the country.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. Help Amelie. She needs you. Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole. Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me. Please. So you are willing to help me?
No, I...
I love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Madam President! Oh, no.
Doctor, we need your help.
All hands on deck here. Season B fixed. Give me 150 cc's. She's not responding.
Stay with me. Madam President.
This is dropping.
Hold on.
We're losing her. Time of death?
Listen, no one can know that the president is dead. If word gets out, Bridges is finished. Now, what happened here does not leave this room. Do you understand?
Yes, Director. But there's still the matter of the body. Without corpse disposal.
We've got that covered. Sam, before she died, the president made a contract with you.
What are you talking about?
As a member of Bridges, you're gonna work with the rest of us to rebuild America.
You think you can recruit me? Like she tried to?
Well, she succeeded. Look at your wrist. If that's not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Director, The cancer spread throughout her entire body. Harvesting organs is out of the question, and there is no need for an autopsy. Her body needs to be cremated before she necrotizes.
And if we don't, this place will turn into another crater.
What do you want me to do?
We don't have any porters right now. And the CD team you went into the field with are dead. But the president's body has to be burned.
The road from Capital Knot City to the incinerator was compromised in the Void Out. Now, the only way there is on foot, through the mountains. But the chiral density there is off the chart. It's gotta be BT's.
This job has requirements. Tombs. Repatriate.
So me. Why?
Sam, you're already on the clock.
Now get it done, Sam Porter Bridges. Can I have a moment? President Strand believed in American Reconstructionism. She worked tirelessly to bring the nation together again. And without her, there would be no Bridges. She deserves a funeral with full honors. But we can't give her that. If she dies, America dies.
Without her, Bridges will cease to be.
Listen. Her cremation must be carried out with the utmost secrecy.
Even if we pull it off, what then? Who's gonna take her place? Face it. America's history.
Sam, America isn't dead yet.
He just said that it dies if Bridget dies.
She may be lost to us, but we still have an America worthy of the presidency.
Sorry, what?
Let's not get into it now. What matters is that we're going to finish your mother's work and rebuild America as she intended. That's the reason Bridges exists. So take the first step, Sam, and deliver the president's body to the incinerator.
If we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive. You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. I love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
The facilities to the southwest. Remember that you'll be passing through BT territory.
We built the incinerator way up in the mountains so that the chiral matter in the smoke wouldn't reach the city. It won't be easy carrying a body up there.
We'll be monitoring you around the clock. If anything comes up, we'll offer you support via the cufflinks.
So I've been playing this trash can this entire time. We're having a good fucking time. I'm not even gonna lie. But I wanted to mention, I have an interesting theory, right? So like, if like this game is all about death. There's plenty of time to talk about it. To me, I'm just gonna let you guys know, death isn't a sad thing. But it's only because I feel like in some way, shape, or form, we end up coming back in some way, You know, like maybe it's in the way we act, maybe it's in the way we do things. Like you know how like you see somebody and they'll do like a certain action, but this person does that action every single day, right? Like it's a very particular way that they move that you don't really see in anybody else, right? And then you see somebody else do it, and it's just like, you know, these two people are kind of alike. It could be the same person. Who knows? Who knows, right? Because nothing about death is certain except for the act of death. Also, I'm super surprised that I didn't fall off of this. Super surprised. But yeah, like death is not a sad thing. Like we have these corporeal, physical human bodies. We suffer in them every single day. Everybody knows it. Every person that has lived a life understands what it's like to be genuinely in pain. Once the spirit lets go of this mortal plane, who knows where you're gonna go? Because then you're gonna be left with the spiritual and emotional plane, right? So you're basically gonna be in a dimension where your fears, your peace, your your happiness, your sadness will all be split and completely be free from what you're currently experiencing, being able to experience it in the most realist way possible. So let's say people are afraid of hell their entire lives. But they know that because of that same fear, like deep down inside, they understand that at the end of their life, um, they're gonna end up in heaven. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a laughable fear. The irony of the situation, right? So if I am scared of going to hell my entire life, being as good as possible, this is what I consider to be good, right? Because not everybody's perception of good is the exact same, right? And nobody can deny that. That's why some characters become villains and some of them become heroes because their perception of what's right and what's wrong is somehow warped or twisted. No, they're very much the same, and they're doing it out of almost out of the same place. I'm not gonna say it's 100%. I'm not saying I'm not trying to be a villain out here. But all things considered, if you think about it, right, it really just depends on what you're fighting for and how you choose to go about it, right? So, like, these people want to save America, right? Why? When they have legitimately giant spirits trying to just decimate everything that they currently live on. And not only that, they have people in the background that are offing people to try to purposely create these situations, these little landmarks that just have nothing on them, right? And wait, where was I going with that? Hold on. Okay. So, if they're trying to create, like, if you're gonna fight something that's this fucking strong, I understand. Indomitable human spirit. In that respect, there's nothing wrong with what they're trying to achieve, but if you don't know what you're achieving, what's the, like, how do we know we're not working for the villains, right? Because that's the real question at the end of the day, right? It's kind of like how... Okay, so I saw a few more clips of Oddworld, and this actually made a humongous amount of sense to me. They gave them... no, I'm actually going to leave this... I'm just going to leave that one. I'm just going to give you an example of what they did, and then I'm going to go play that game, and then hopefully we'll be there a week later, I guess? Um, so basically, an example of that is, so let's say that finding the cure to cancer is the actual cure to all humanity, right? Because I once saw a thing that said, people prick cancer cells to check if they're cancerous. But what if the prick is actually what causes the cancer to spread? Because it could be a defensive mechanism for your body to try to contain and withhold that trying to hold in whatever it's trying to not let out, right? Such as the little cancer cell that becomes pricked is the one that loses, because now the cell that the sickness is holding is now opened up and has released that sickness, right? So anyway, basically the example that I'm trying to give here is let's say they already found the cure to cancer. You just need a fuck ton of money to get it, right? How are we supposed to know if they're just going to cover it up at the end of the day, right? And the reason that they don't do it is because all those people that went to medical school for several, like maybe 5, 10, almost 20 years, because I don't know how long that goes for. I just know it's like quite a bit of time. Like, they spent their time learning, studying, trying to figure out certain maneuvers for the human body to be able to bring and resurrect them from certain aspects, such as comas. Let's see, what else? Like being knocked out, sprains, all that. Like, just to relieve pain, all that other shit, Like, imagine how much money that took to make it. Think about it for a second. I'll give you 5 whole seconds. Alright. So, by definition, everybody could just withhold that information, and I could be shot for saying this. I just want to say, if I ever die, and you guys are actually listening to me, you guys go and take it to the medical department, I guarantee they'll be like, no, we don't have anything like that. We wish we did, because then we'd save a humongous amount of lives. But the truth is that if they didn't, if they did do that, wait, where was I? Damn. Basically, if they did figure out how to cure cancer, what if that was the cure? And then if that was the cure, the reason that they don't show it off, it's like inventing teleportation, right? When you invent teleportation, you no longer have a need for cars, but a bunch of people loses their jobs again, right? You got the gas companies, you got the people that make the cars, you got the people that work on the cars. All of that kaput, right? And people need the money to survive on our land as a whole species, right? I'm trying to figure out how to mess with the song, I think, because as I moved around, I was trying to a song came up and I was like, ooh, I hope that doesn't get me some copywritten, but who knows, it might be fine. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like if people invented teleportation, you'd have no reason to have it, just as well as the medical field. It's like, oh, you found the cure to cancer, but you also learned how to completely regrow a whole arm because you found the cure to cancer. As an example. And it's just a theoretical. I'm not saying that if we cure cancer, immediately all our problems are solved, right? There's always something more. But yeah, I think that stuff is like kind of interesting because at the end of the day, you would never know. Because all the people that are at the top, the ones that actually made the money and had and funded the people to do all those crazy experiments, however it ended up, good or bad, at the end of the day, they figured it out, right? It's like mad science, you know. It's like chopping off a dog at the head of a dog and then putting it on the person and being like, yeah, this works, you know. And I recently found out that people have been trying to make Nekos, technically. Like, they're trying to make, like, animal people. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to make, like, real-life Nekos, and they really don't understand how or why. But then it got me thinking as well, right? If we die, and, like, let's say a dog dies, and that's not its first life, right? When you get to the second life, somebody else, like, they grow up as people, but then they kind of remember, either through meditation or something that they smell, very specific, right? And let's say that one person has, like, a very particular aspect in their head that makes them think, or makes them understand that, hey, I was a person. I mean, I was a dog, or I was a fox. I was, like, I think that stuff is really interesting because, like, I'm over here, like, it's 2024. People are being animals, right? They go out in the woods, almost butt naked, pretending to be deer. And the person has been shot from pretending to be a deer. Like, isn't that wild? I think that's insane. I'm over here like, damn, bro, you really just went out into the woods, put on a set of antlers. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, he died. But at the end of the day, dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Right? Like, come on now. That's undeniable, bro. Like, our intelligence can go so far, but it can also diminish so heavily. Because, as they say, soft men create hard times, and hard men create easier times. Is what it is. Because it doesn't create soft. Because eventually, like, me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a soft individual, right? But with a hard mindset, right? So basically what that means is that I am mentally disciplined in very specific aspects. And I don't take no shit when it comes to very certain things in my life, like when it comes to, like, my job or my money, you know, and stuff like that. Like something serious, you know. But when it comes to, like, going out to the water park, if my kid wants to go out and freaking high dive from something stupid, all I can say is jump as hard as you fucking can, kid. You know, you can only live this life once. Do something stupid. You know, I want my kids to live fearlessly, but not stupidly. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to go out into the world and absolutely roundhouse kick a whole ass lion in the face and survive. Basically, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying literally roundhouse kick the lion, but at the end of the day, like, you gotta have something that will stomp your fears. And when you do that, you will have nothing can hold you back. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I first started YouTube, it was not with this, it wasn't with this channel or anything like that. I actually restarted recently and just try to pump out as much content as possible. But I was like, man, is this all a waste of time? What am I doing here? You know, like all that other stuff, you know. And I'm afraid to continue, but at the same time, it's kind of like the only thing that I got, other than maybe carving something into something nice for somebody to buy, you know. And of course, I don't really have anything like that right now, but you know, the practice is always there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this audio right.
Chiralium density in the area is climbing rapidly. Heavy timefall is imminent. Get back here, now.
Sam, burn the other cargo while you're there.
What's this?
BB-28. It's the unit Igor was assigned. It was hooked up to you when we found you in the crater.
But why is it here?
Because it's flagged for disposal. Central Knot's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because that thing didn't do its job. It's all in Igor's logs.
But it's still alive.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod. Pity it if you want, but the decision has been made. It has to go. The director approved the order.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Must be from the bodies we couldn't get up to the incinerator in time. Comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
Sorry, Captain.
start, you little shit. Maybe you are defective. That's it. Do your thing. Keep low. Move cautiously.
So as I'm looking at this, right, all these people are connected. Like they're very clearly human, right? Problem is, how'd they get there? I always question it when I see this, because as you can see, like they have humanoid like feet, but are they actually walking, or they're holding on to a can't be holding on. They can drag their feet, right? Maybe they have a different connection to solid. And or like what we consider solid world. To them, wherever they're existing is what they consider to be solid. They can fly, they can do that in their astral dimension, whatever you want to call it. The fact is, at the end of the day, these things really fuck some people. Like when they come out of the ground, and like, basically the whole like the things of the damned of like coming up to grab you, the spirits of the damned. Like watching this kind of stuff is kind of spooky, dude. Like I can't even. So maybe if I just stand still, it'll be okay. But yeah, when you see stuff like this, is there something that can truly wake your dead enough to be woke? You know what I mean? Like, is this possible? Where, to be fair, a bridge baby is the same as a psychic child here on Earth, right? Every time they go to sleep, they slip into that other dimension. They have officially passed physically. If that kid gets trapped in that other dimension, it's just like in what's it called? No, not Instinct. Oh my god, I can't remember. Don't scratch my brain. But it's basically a movie about a little boy who falls into a coma while at his parents' house, and there's like this old medium that finds out he's actually not in a coma. He's stuck in the astral dimension, being held by a demon of unknown origins. So, spoiler alert. They go ahead and they like put the father, because the father has been doing it all his life, but he's been lucky enough to always return, right? And whenever they go to sleep, the medium explained it to the father and said that every time they go to sleep, they end up going to that other side. So now they have to hypnotize both the father, maybe just the father? I feel like the lady might have been with him, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but it's like on the tip of my tongue. My brain is just like scratching at it. Okay, but they hypnotize the guy into purposely going into the other side, and then afterward, they go and fight the fucking demon, bro. And I'm over here like, damn, that's fucking crazy, right? I don't know if they fight it actually. They convince it. I don't know. They find the boy and they bring him back. That's all I know. So I guess spoiler, not alert. I don't know. But what if this is the same thing, right? So like the baby, right? The one that is the connection to both worlds, but is unable to survive without God. How wouldn't he be able to survive there better than where he's at right now? Right? Just because he can't grow here doesn't mean he can't grow anywhere, right? Come on now. Like, the baby still cries. He does all the normal stuff, and it seems like he understands a little bit more than just like a normal everyday baby understands, right? Because he's a little psychic baby that can't survive. Like, he's basically like Professor X that never grew out of his womb. You know what I mean? And then the hands, like, how do the hands affect this guy so hard? Like, he's got like those marks all over his body, and he just has those black hands embedded within his skin. How does that happen when he always has a suit on? Or did it happen to him while he was inside some kind of facility, right? And they were about to zero out or something. And you know, all those people are interwoven as well. All those creatures, or whatever you want to call them, the spirits. Because like he said, Dooms, I think what he said was that the Dooms have a harder connection to the other side than normal people. So I don't know.
It's disgusting.
It's just a really interesting concept to be in a place like this. And still, these little tardigrades as well, when you read them,
Beginning scan.
they clearly
Scanning
float
bridges ID.
as if they're
Verifying
living
ID.
and existing in
Clear.
both
All
dimensions,
clear. Welcome,
right?
Sam
So
Porter
they're
Bridges.
living in the fleshy bits, but they're floating around in the energy of
Welcome
the
to
dead
Capital Knot
bits.
City.
You know what I mean?
Proceed to
Like,
distribution
they're half and
center.
half mentally and physically. And maybe that's what
Come back to the distribution center. Check the location on your compass.
that's the difference between Dooms and like normal people that just have the BBs. And also, it's super fucked up that the moment that a BB is unable to like do its job, They just kind of say, fuck you, fuck your entire existence. We're gonna throw you in the kiln, dude. I'm over here like, why? Why are you gonna do that to a baby? He's like, it doesn't serve its purpose. Bro, I will literally rock your shit. That is a whole human being right there. I don't care if it doesn't grow up. But like, regardless, that's a baby. Look at him. He's so fucking cute. Just meditating in that little pod. That kid is entranced, bro.
Sam, get cleaned up and come to the president's office. We need to
Anyway,
talk.
this will be the end of the audio, I think, for the rest of the video.
Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset. The day is ending. Let that yawn out. There's no pretending.
Sam, I thought I told you dooms and BBs were a dangerous combination. Huh, perhaps a shower is in order. You're still covered in chiralium. Don't want the president to see you like that.
The hell you talking about? She's dead.
You're upset. Is this about BB-28?
Go fuck yourself. I'm not your errand boy.
Well, in any event, it seems it owes you its life.
No, we owe the kid our lives. You too.
As you say, I shall look after it. Give my regards to the president.
It's almost time to go, Sam. Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you.
And this is going to be my final example, right? If you look, like, if you go to Pokemon, right, and you look at Mewtwo and Mew, right, Mew sees no issues with the world, with the world that he lives in, none at all. The only reason Mewtwo sees something wrong with it is because he was created and born from the people that made him, right?
Scanning bridges.
But because he was made by the people, he understands what's truly wrong with them. They tried too hard to control an aspect of nature in which they only believe that they truly have control over it because of the Pokeballs.
Just kidding. That's what it sounds
Right?
like when I
They don't
run, though.
care what happens to Mewtwo. But at the end of the day, Mewtwo still understands more in the first 5 seconds of existence
Maybe not.
than most normal people. Because not only is he a psychic
Yeah, it says
Pokemon,
just keep going.
but the amount of power that
Okay, I
psychic
get it.
Pokemon
Getting some mountains right
contains is what makes him so smart.
It's a
He
miracle
looked at these
either of you made
Pokemon
it back.
like they
When
were,
someone with dooms hooks up to a BB, your
like they were
feelings and memories
slaves,
cross feedback,
right?
like with the speakers.
And that's the reason
It
that he wanted to
amplifies
fight
fears
everybody
and stress,
there.
and runs the risk of taking you to a place
And
from which you will not
if
return.
you
I'm sorry, but this
if you
BB
look
has
at
been
it
pushed beyond its
from
limits. Disposal is the only option.
music perspective, he watched
Sam, get
plenty
cleaned
of
up
people
and come to
become,
the president's
or
office.
he, she,
We
it,
need to talk.
doesn't matter. He watched plenty of people and Pokemon become the greatest of friends. So much so that they
The
brought
baby just
the
has a little bit of
deepest
trauma, and you guys are fucked up for really just
and most
throwing
attached
a baby away like
fighting
that, you know
style
what
that
I'm
has
saying?
ever
Like, I see
existed,
no reason for
at
him to
least
keep
that
it.
I've ever seen in any anime. It shows you the connection between, in technicality, pets and people, right? And the connection in between these two. You treat them like tools, they will feel like they're nothing. They will be angry because of the way they're being treated. And that's how any animal is, even people, right? So I guess I'm gonna save that entire thing.